Single parenting can feel like a solo journey, but it doesn't have to be. Introducing MomFlex App, the ultimate village web app designed just for you. From financial support to community connections, MomFlex App offers a lifeline, helping you navigate parenting with confidence. Find trusted resources, build your support network, and thrive. Because every parent deserves a village. Join the movement today. Visit momflex.org to install the app and take the first step toward a stronger, more supported you.
Every day's a battle, every step a climb, but we're standing tall, we're building our lives. Through the sleepless nights and the endless fight, we rise, we shine, we hold on tight. We are more than the labels, more than the pain, breaking the cycle, rewriting the game. Stronger together, we lift, we strive. Single parents, we rise and thrive. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive. Turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see you, you matter, you're strong inside. Together we shine, we rise, we thrive. Stories of triumph, stories of grace. Single parents with dreams to chase. They said we'd break, they said we'd fall, but look at us now, we're standing tall. We are more than the labels, more than the pain, breaking the cycle, rewriting the game. Stronger together, we lift, we strive. Single parents, we rise and thrive. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive. Turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see you, you matter, you're strong inside. Together we shine, we rise, we thrive. We push through the stigma, defy every step. They don't define us, and that's a fact. A village of love, a future so bright. Hand in hand, we own our life. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive. Turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see you, you matter, you're strong inside. Together we shine, we rise, we thrive. The journey is tough, but we're not alone. In this village we found our home. So lift your head, let your spirit fly. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Struggle, Rise and Thrive, the podcast that celebrates resilience and provides you with real stories, practical advice, and the encouragement you need to rise above life's challenges. I'm your host, LaFortune, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today, we are diving into one of the most challenging season for any parent, back to school time. Now, if you're a single parent, you know this season hits different. It's more than just buying notebooks or setting alarms. It's the emotional labor of preparing your child, and sometimes more than one, for another year of learning, growth, and social navigation, while you are also managing work, home, finances, and your own well-being. From the morning chaos of trying to get everyone dressed, fed, and out of the door on time to the mental load of organizing school supplies, permission slips, lunch prep, and after-school pickups, it can feel like a full-time job on top of everything else. And let's not forget the emotional way. Will my child feel included? Will they have what they need? Am I doing enough? Oh, that question, am I doing enough? If you ever find yourself asking those questions while standing in the school supply aisle or crying in your car after drop-off, this episode is for you. Listen, you don't have to carry all of this alone, and that's why podcasts like mine, communities like MomFlex exist to help you lighten your load. This episode is about giving yourself grace, setting realistic expectations, and finding support, whether that's in your community, within MomFlex, from co-parents, friends, or even right here with this podcast. Because yes, back to school can be tough, but it can also be an opportunity to reset, recenter, and reimagine what thriving looks like in your household. So, my friends, grab your cup of coffee, your notebook, or just take a deep breath. Because today we are taking you and talking about how to rise and thrive through back to school season as a single parent. Let's get into it, shall we?
Single parenting can feel like a solo journey, but it doesn't have to be. Introducing MomFlex App, the ultimate village web app designed just for you. From financial support to community connections, MomFlex App offers a lifeline, helping you navigate parenting with confidence. Find trusted resources, build your support network, and thrive, because every parent deserves a village. Join the movement today. Visit momflex.org to install the app and take the first step toward a stronger, more supported you.
Now, let's be real for a minute. Back to school season isn't just about shopping for supplies and snapping the cute first day photo. It's one of those times of year when everything just feels, let's say, heavier, chaotic, more urgent. For single parents, that pressure multiplies. It's not just about making sure the kids have clean uniform, pack lunches for those who have uniform, of course, sharpen pencils. It's about being the planner, the driver, the cheerleader, leader, the disciplinarian, the homework helper, and sometimes the late night warrior, all rolled into one. While other families may be splitting the workload, single parents are out here coordinating pickups and drop-offs, parent-teacher meetings, and after-school activities solo. You are the one setting the alarm earlier just to get a head start, managing the morning routine on your own and still showing up at work, holding it together like nothing's unraveling behind the scenes. And on top of that, you are carrying the emotional load, the second guessing, the wondering if you are doing enough, if your child feels supported, if they will thrive this year, not just academically, but emotionally, socially, and mentally. It's exhausting, my friend. Let me tell you, it's real. And it's okay to admit that it's a lot. Let me tell you, I have 3 kids. 2 of which are already in college. One graduated this year and she's going back to grad school, but she's an adult, so she can take care of herself. My son is second year junior in college. Thank God he can take care of himself too. My little one though, she's turning 11 in a couple of days in August. And yeah, I am still in the trenches. So believe me, I understand fully that stress, that worry, and that emotional roller coaster. Best believe. But what's also real is your strength, your consistency, your ability to adapt and show up even when you are running on empty. And that's exactly what we are honoring in this episode. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, just know you are not alone in this. I'm with you on that, my friend. We see you. I see you. I hear you. And we are here to help you move through this season, not in survival mode, but in a way that feels empowering and supported. Someone will ask me, like, why are you doing all of this episode? I'm going to tell you, I found my voice this year. After long therapy sessions, I found my work. I found my voice back after my trauma therapy and everything else that I'm doing to empower myself, to better myself, helps me find my voice. And I am here to share with you, to share my voice with you, to share what a little I know with you, to help us all in this journey. Men, women, single parent men, single parent women, I am here for y'all. I'm here for you. right? So if you are feeling overwhelmed, let's take Sarah's story for a minute. A single mom of two from Texas, for example, she shared with me how the first week of school used to feel like a race against time. The supply list, the paperwork, and the back to school shopping all on her. And in coordinating school schedule, meal prep, and finding time to deal with the emotional ups and downs of her kids. And she often felt like she was running on empty. But Sarah realized something important. It's okay to ask for help. Even when you feel like you are supposed to do it all by yourself, she started reaching out to friends for small favors, like driving her kids to school one day a week or helping her kids with homework. And you know what? It made a huge difference. Me, usually I used to just, even still after school program, they help kids with homework. So when my child gets home, her homework is done, thank God. I don't have to worry about that. She does her homework during after school. And sometimes bus drivers actually help with homeworks too. And believe it or not, we have some good souls out there. All we have to do is just ask. So single parenting is a balancing act, and back to school time amplifies it. There is the juggling of work, managing kids, extra curricular activities, and staying on top of everything else that comes with raising kids alone. But let's break it down with some real life example that might resonate with many of you. First, Jamie from Atlanta. Jamie works full time and has three kids. Back to school mornings are always chaotic. The alarm clock goes off at 6 a.m. But you're already sleeping. You're already sleep deprived because you stay up late prepping lunches or finishing work emails. And by the time you get the kids out the door, it feels like you have already had a full day before it even begins. Jamie shared that her aha moment came when she realized she needed to streamline her mornings. The night before, she would prep the kids' backpacks, lay out clothes, and even pre-make lunches. Simple, but effective. She also got her kids involved in the process, teaching them responsibility by letting them pick out their own clothes or pack their snacks. This gave her a little extra time in the morning to just breathe. I'm going to tell you a little routine I do with my daughter. I taught her fairly early to put an alarm clock on her phone. And once that alarm clock goes off, she's to get up, go in the bathroom, take a shower, brush her teeth, put her clothes on, do everything and get ready to just walk out of the door when I'm ready to walk out of the door. Her lunch, when she's getting just to shower and doing all of her thing, if she wants to take lunch at school, her lunch is packed. Everything is ready for her to just pick it up and leave. So I don't have to worry about waking her up in the morning because she already knows how to do that. And when she comes back home in the evening, she already have her work cut off for her. So her schedule is her homework once she gets in has to be done first. So she puts her back in. She eats some snack before lunch, before dinner. She does her homework. And most of the time when she enters the house, her homework is done because she does it at after school program. Her homework is done. And then she goes on to do other things like time for her to play and just get her mind to something else besides school. And I can move on to do other things throughout the night and throughout the evening. So I think helping your kids and giving them some part of responsibilities is good for them emotionally. And I know not every morning goes as planned. I know from talking to many of you that sometimes there are days when it all falls apart. Kids forget their homework, they spill juice on their clothes, and you are late for work, and that's okay too. Life is messy, but being prepared as much as possible can help reduce that stress. So Now let's talk about the one thing that so many single parents overlook, self-care. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That mom who hasn't sat down with a hot cup of coffee in days, or that dad who can't remember the last time he did something just for himself. The one who's always running, always giving, always showing up for everyone else, but never quite turning the same care inward. That parent. Listen, I get it. When you are in the thick of it, packing lunches, managing homework, full-time work, handling doctor's appointment, it feels like there is no space for left for you to take care of yourself. You you think, I will rest later, I'll catch up on sleep later. When things calm down, I will take care of myself after the kids are settled. But the hard truth is this: later rarely comes. And if you keep pouring from an empty cup, eventually there is nothing left for you to give. So you got to take time to pour into yourself. Because let's be real, your kids don't just need you to show up. They need you to show up well. Not perfect, not always put together, but present, recharged, and emotionally available. And that starts with giving yourself permission to pause. Marcus, a single dad who works long hours as a nurse, told me he used to burn the candle at both ends, constantly giving and never taking a break. One day, his daughter, Emily, who's 10, came home and said, "Daddy, I noticed you don't smile as much anymore." That hit Marcus hard. It made him realize that his exhaustion was showing up in ways he hadn't noticed before. This makes me laugh because my little one told me, she said, "Mom, my friends say they think that your mom is mean because sometimes her resting, like she just looks mean." And my daughter said, "That's my mom resting face." And I was like, what? I never realized that when I'm quiet and not doing anything, I look mean to her friends. And that was hilarious to me. But that's an aha moment to reflect and think that, man, what am I projecting when I'm out there, when I'm quiet, when I'm calm? Am I really calm? And honestly, I'm not, because when I'm quiet, my mind is on overdrive. I'm always thinking. I'm always trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, how I'm going to do it, what's going to happen. And for my daughter to remind me that my resting face is actually a mean face, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? So it's essential to just check in with yourself and see how others perceive you, and see what are you projecting? What kind of energy you projecting to the people outside? And take time to pour back into yourself, because your kids need you to be better, present, and emotionally available for them. So back to school is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. And sometimes thriving means learning to ask for help, whether it's family, friends, or even community groups. There are people out there who want to support you. And I would like suggest for you guys to check out MomFlex application. It's an app for single parents. It's an ultimate village. It's a village application. And you will not be disappointed by installing and joining the community of MomFlex, because you will find other parents just like yourself in it. For many single parents, reaching out for help can feel like admitting defeat or that you are not doing enough. But here's the truth. We all need help. It doesn't matter if you're a single parent, a couple, or living solo. It takes a village to raise kids. So lean on your village. Emily, a single mother of one in New York, shared that when she moved to the city, she didn't know anyone. She was isolated, struggling to balance a career with her son's school activity. But she found a single parents group at her church, and that's where things started to change. They swapped school drop-offs, helped with each other's kids' homework, and even trade tips on everything from meal prepping to self-care. This community lifted Emily in ways she hadn't imagined. So be an Emily. Find your tribe. Find your community. So as we wrap up this episode on navigating the back to school season as a single parent, I want you to take a moment right here, right now, and really let this sink in. You are not alone. It might not always feel like that, especially when you are the one doing the pickups, drop-offs, checking homework or long shifts. After a long shift or staying up late trying to stretch a light budget to cover new shoes, school supplies, or lunches for weeks. But behind all of those solo moments is a whole community of single parents walking the same path, doing their best with what they have, just like you. And let me say this clearly. You are doing a great job. Even on the days when everything feels like too much, even when the to-do list is overflowing, the laundry is never ending, and you are just trying to keep your head above water, you are showing up. You are caring. You are creating structure, stability, and love for your children, and that is no small thing. It is okay if you are tired. It is okay if you take a break. It is okay if you don't have it all figured out, because striving isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up again and again, even when it's hard, and choosing to keep going. So, my friend, take a deep breath right now. Inhale, strength. Exhale, the guilt, the pressure, the doubt. Let it go. Let it, all of it go. And hear me when I say, you have got this. You have got this on lock. Not because it's easy, but because you are capable, resourceful, and stronger than you know. And to leave you with a little encouragement today, I want to share a quote by the amazing Maya Angelou. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Remember, single parents, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take care of yourself. You are strong and you are doing the best you can, and that's enough. Thank you for joining me today on Beyond the Struggle, Rise and Thrive. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to rate, review, and share with someone who might need to hear this. Until next time, keep rising, keep thriving, and take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Until next time, ciao now.
Every day's a battle, every step a climb, but we're standing tall, we're building our lives. Through the sleepless nights and the endless fight, we rise, we shine, we hold on tight. We are more than the labels, more than the pain, breaking the cycle, rewriting the game. Stronger together, we lift, we strive. Single parents, we rise and thrive. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive. Turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see you, you matter, you're strong inside. Together we shine, we rise, we thrive. Stories of triumph, stories of grace. Single parents with dreams to chase. They said we'd break, they said we'd fall, but look at us now.